Give me a D and a G. It's the Dawg Gus Show. It's the Dawg Gus Show.
Totally fine.
Welcome to the Dawg Gus Show.
Now on Be Kind Radio.
You got her.
What's going on?
You know, we're going to sit down and talk with a singer-songwriter out of Manitoba today.
Yeah. No, Juno nominated.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that part.
Yeah. Desiree Dorion. We should, we're in Ottawa, so we kind of say everything French, you know?
Whatever you call me, I can assure you I've been called worse.
Fair enough. Yes. Thanks for joining us.
Well,
thanks for having me.
So, when you hear that thing, Juno nominated, and obviously you've won 4 Manitoba Country Music Awards, does it sort of still feel a little surreal at times?
No, that stuff doesn't feel surreal to me. What feels surreal is like the moments where I'm traveling in like a super cool place that I've never been to before, or I'm like I got to go up to Churchill a few years ago and I was kayaking with beluga whales, and I'm like, as if my little voice and my little songs have taken me to these places. That's when it feels surreal to me.
Yeah, that's cool. That would be cool. I love that.
yeah. And kayaking with whales? Are you kidding me?
You'd do it.
I do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not a singer-songwriter nominated for nothing.
Yeah, but you're being, so
Thank you so much for that.
and you love nature.
I
So
do.
yeah. I really want to ask about this because I'm a huge Tragically Hip fan, and I did see Gord Downey when the Windjack Foundation started with I have the album here actually. How is it, how important is that work for you?
I mean, I think that it's something like, as an Indigenous artist, most of us have done, and throughout our entire careers. And it's just like this organization really just formalizes that, the kind of work that we've always been trying to do, trying to move people and change people and change ways of thinking through the words that we write and through our experiences. And I would say that, most Indigenous artists are ambassadors for change.
Yeah, nice. I would agree. I mean, it's beautiful
Absolutely.
work. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that leads to my next question. How did you meet up with Amanda Rayom?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I've known Amanda for years, like over a decade at least. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the first time we met, but we're really good friends. And every time we were actually just together, we're on the board for the Indigenous Music Office, and we were just in Montreal last week and got to catch up. So, yeah.
She's not a great girl at all. I've
No.
only known her
No,
since
she's terrible.
we were 16, so I've known her that long. Just so you know.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fun.
She's a great girl. Yeah. So how would you describe your sound today compared to your early records?
Well, considering I recorded my first album when I was 13, I would say they're, first of all, a lot more mature. But, I was really, earlier on in my career, I was trying to fit myself into a box. Like I was trying to write, in accordance with the formula and, try and get songs on the radio. And with the last record, I just felt like I was done with that. Like I'm done trying to fit into the formula. There are so many other stories that I want to tell that I don't think could be told in the country music format. And so I made the conscious decision with the last record to write more or share more of stuff in my repertoire that was in line with the roots Americana genre.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I understand like the country. It's hard to write a song when you're talking about something so meaningful and put it into 3.5 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
especially like in country, because the country's always been shorter songs.
Yeah.
Unless you're Marty Robbins, where you put like an 8-minute song on, and then the radio goes, oh, no, we don't do that, Marty.
Marty was drunk though at the
Yeah.
time, so
And he goes, well, I do. So
Yeah. Is there a question in there? Or?
There was. Wasn't there?
I don't think so.
Fine.
That's funny. Was there a moment when you decided you were all in on music? Was it like at 13, you're like, I'm going to be a musician? When was that moment for you?
No, I don't know if I've had that moment yet. Um, I actually, when I graduated high school, I grew up in Dauphin, Manitoba, which is about 3.5 hours north of Winnipeg. So I had to leave my hometown to go to university. And I started in the faculty of social work and I hated it. Like it was like torture. And so I dropped out. I phoned my mom and I was like, Mom, I quit university. I quit school. Like I'm not doing this anymore. And I worked for a year in the area of child protection. And then in the course of doing that, I was inspired to apply to law school and I got in. And I was originally, I was like, well, you know what? This would be a good career to finance my music career. Like that was part of my plan. I mean, it wasn't entirely my plan. I do that, advocacy work is really important to me. But when I graduated law school, I was swimming in student debt and I wanted to make a record and I needed 10 grand to make this record. So I went to the bank, the same bank in Dauphin where I have banked my entire life. And I talked to the manager who had been there since I was a little girl. And I said, hey, can I get, 10 grand? I just need 10 grand to record an album. So she says, well, we'll run an application and, you've got quite a bit of student debt and I'll give you a call in a day or so. Okay. So she called me back and she says, I can't give you 10 grand, but you can have 5 grand. So, so I used that 5 grand to record my 2010 record, and I saved and saved and saved to get that one finished. And that record, I've since wiped it from everything. That one was really what allowed me to like leverage opportunities and just get my foot in the door because it had been so long. Like I recorded my first album when I was 13, 14 years old. So that one was, my very first one was 1998. I hadn't done anything since 1998. So, coming back in at 2010, it's like nobody knew who the hell I was. And, but, like I said, I've wiped that album from every possible place. But I am proud of it because it did allow me an opportunity to get my foot back in the door.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and 10 grand is probably not a lot to get an album started because I know it's pretty, or to get it recorded because I know it's pretty expensive to do that these days. So now, can you go back to that same bank and ask for money now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Say, remember me?
Yeah.
Remember when you said no?
Give me that cash.
Yeah.
I want 15,000 now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
So how has growing up in Manitoba shaped your storytelling?
It's a good question. I mean, I grew up a mile from the Dauphin's Country festival site. And if you don't know, it is the longest running country music festival in Canada. And when I was a little girl, I would ride my bike to the festival site when it wasn't on. And I would park my bike at like 8 or 9 years old in the ditch. And then I would climb the fence and I would make my way to the main stage. And I would go backstage and I would pretend to like hang my coat. And then I would pretend to like put my boots on and, grab them from underneath the dressing room desk. Then I would pretend to put makeup on my face and I would, pretend to like do a double check and make sure I looked good enough to go out on stage. And then I would go out on stage and I would pretend and I would run back and forth on stage, pretending to sing to, thousands of people in the crowd. And I think growing up that close to that festival site, what it did is it allowed me to dream, because I had access to it whenever I wanted. In the summertime, I could bike. It was a mile bike ride. And when I was done pretending, I would get back on my bike and I would bike the mile home. And my mom would inevitably give me shit for being gone for an hour. Well, she'd be wondering where the heck I was. But yeah, it just gave me the opportunity to dream and to watch, some of the biggest country music stars on stage doing their thing and living out their dreams. And Yeah. And then even now, like I think I still live in Dauphin. Um, but when I'm on the road and in all the craziness, and I'm in Montreal last week, or Vancouver maybe the week before, or we just came back from Paris, and like traveling all over the place around all these people all the time, it allows me to just take a step back and you know get back into the quiet and the stillness of myself, and ground me so that I'm not, because I could very easily just float away somewhere. But it just, being in the country just allows me to bring myself back down to earth.
It's cool. That's a good spot. Like, I love that. Recharging in the.
That's just it, right? And then you, as Gus likes to say, he likes to put it out into the universe, which you did when you were on the stage by yourself, performing to this crowd in Dauphin, and then you got to do it in 2014,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like I'd manifested that when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. And I got to play that stage for the first time in 2014. We just played it again last summer, or this summer. Um, yeah, and like people showed up. Like I was like, I had these nightmares that I was going to be playing to the same amphitheater that would be, just as empty as it was when I was a little girl. But thankfully, people showed up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it'd be kind of odd. You'd ride your bike there again and do the same thing, climb the fence.
Yeah.
Hey, lady, what are you doing climbing the fence? Never mind. It's just what I do.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is my pregame.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let's talk about Let Them. So what inspired Let Them? Was there like a specific line that started it all?
No, it was a story. So I had a friendship that was expiring, let's just say. And it was coming to an end. And this was a person that I'd been friends with for, over a decade, quite a long time. And I could just feel their vibe changing. And, and at one point they like outright ignored me. Like we were in a public space and they just completely ignored me. Like I wasn't even there. And I thought, okay. At first I was really upset. Like I was just, taken aback, and because I valued this person. Um and then I just got to thinking about it, like the only person I can control is me. If somebody doesn't want to be in my corner, they don't have to be. And if somebody doesn't want to support me, they don't have to be. If they don't like me, they don't have to. And I just need to let them go and let them do their thing, and I'll keep doing my thing. And I took that idea to this guy named Jesse Slack in February when I was in Nashville. And I told him the story, and I just said, I think I want to write this song. Like, I know that this is a big topical um, quote right now, and I said, I think we could dig into this. So that's what we did.
Nice.
And you, I was reading some of your stuff there, and you said it's not country music; it's life music, is what you said.
Did I say that?
Is that is that the way you feel about the music? It's life music, and it's not. Well, it is country ish.
Yeah, country-ish. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a time and place for a bubblegum song. I do. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that every song has to have a deeper, bigger picture meaning behind it. I think that there's a time and place for, just bubblegum fun stuff too. Um, but what I find, for me at least, is when I'm writing something, I I'm better at digging into ideas and um yeah, so I find that like I dig in better um when it's a topic I can relate to, when it's something that I've experienced. Actually, I find that the bubblegum songs are some of the hardest songs to write, to be honest. Um, but yeah.
Interesting. So what did you want people to feel in that first 10 seconds of the song?
So I produced this song also, and I wanted it to be like I didn't want it to be an FU. I didn't want it to be that, but I wanted it to have attitude. I wanted it to be confident. I wanted it to be self assured. Um, and for me, I felt like just having it have like a dirty sound, like a gritty sound, lent itself to those sentiments. Because I didn't, like I said, I didn't want it to be like an FU. I didn't want it to be I just wanted it to be like, listen, I'm gonna do me with or without you. So you could get on the Des train or get off, but the train is moving forward.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, you're either in or you're out.
Yeah.
Get in
or
or
out.
get off. Yeah, that's right.
That's it. Get out of here. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot. I need,
Uh-oh.
I need your, what do you consider the best Merle Haggard song?
Wow.
Oh my God.
Right?
How do I answer that?
I usually
I
go with
love
the first one that pops into my head.
Sing Me Back Home.
Nice.
Can it be a collaboration?
Be whatever you want, Gus.
Poncho and Lefty.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Mine's The Running Kind.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
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 Used to listen to that one a lot with my dad.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Poncho and Lefty reminds me of me and my brother. It's kind of how it. Yeah.
And the reason I asked that because you did reference the two of them, George Jones and Merle Haggard, in one of your songs. So of course that got my attention right away. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's what I grew up on, all that old stuff.
Same.
Yeah.
So producing your own tracks put you in the 5.9% of women producers. How did that
Did
feel?
it?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like I'm at an age now or stage in my career where I feel more confident in taking creative liberties and more self-assured in maintaining creative control. I think and maybe that comes with experience or age. I don't know what it is, but I just felt like when I was looking at a producer for this next album and I was thinking of like, racking my brain, who do I want to work with? And, where am I going to go? Cause the last one I did with Joel Shorts in Toronto, who was fabulous. But I just felt like I've done this enough times. I've gone through the process enough times where why can't I just work with an engineer and do it? So that's what we're doing. I just actually finished up the beds on the entire next album yesterday. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm excited about it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had a short list of people that you'd say, oh my God, I would love to work with this person, like to produce the album. But I guess you're going to go more around with just having an engineer and doing it all yourself.
Yeah.
Who else would you love to, you'd love to work with yourself? That's
Well,
why, that's great.
You can trust yourself. So.
That's right. Yeah. You can also blame
and
yourself.
I think you can blame yourself. I think trusting yourself is like one of the hardest things to learn. And maybe that's a really great way of saying that, like, I'm finally in a place where I do trust my decisions. I do trust the songs that I write, that, because I remember I'd write a song and I would take a fully baked song to a collaboration and a co-write. And they'd be like, well, Des, like, this is pretty much done. Are you sure you want to dig into this? And I'd be like, well, I think we can beat it. And no, whatever. And now, like, if I get a song, I'll analyze it myself and, edit it in my own ways. But like, I just trust more that song isn't as shitty as I think it is. It's like,
what does my producer think? I think it's great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
right?
Having a conversation with yourself in the hallway.
Exactly.
Sending yourself a voice note or something.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Now, when you're writing, like, say you're writing a song and it's going to be a duet, do you have a person in mind for that duet already when you start writing? Or is this like,
No.
you finish writing and you go, you know what? So-and-so would be great on this song.
Yeah. In fact, I've got a collab coming out with Katie St. Germain and Diana Desjardins. Diana does harmonies in my band, but amazing vocalist from Manitoba, and Katie, of course, is making waves in Manitoba and beyond. But it's a song called Red Wine, and it's coming out November 14th. My publicist is going to kick me in the. I think it's November 14th. But yeah, and we recorded that song, and then I thought it would sound great with some other voices on it, and so we invited some other women to come in and join me on that one. But I've never been able to. Actually, that's a lie. I did write a duet once, and it was with Dave Wasloo from Doc Walker,
Mm-hmm.
and that one was intentionally written as a duet. But otherwise, I've never ever intentionally written a duet before.
Interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that on your bio. I said to Gus, I said, "Oh my God, Doc Walker, are you kidding me?" Because they used to be huge
Yeah,
back in the day,
yeah,
and I remember seeing them at the Lone Star here in Ottawa.
yeah.
And
They're so good. They're killer,
right,
and like two of the nicest people. Also, like just really really humble. And yeah, actually, that duet was funny because it came about that we were at the Manitoba Country Music Awards, and Dave and I may have made one too many trips to the bar, and I got up the nerve to ask him if he wanted to if he wanted to do a collab with me. And he said, yeah, sure, of course. And then he gave me his number. And then I texted him like a week later and I said, hey, man, I know that we were like a few in that night, but I'm holding you to your word.
and he was like, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who are
dis?
you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's not the first time it's happened to him. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, going back to the production side, like your production hat, like where did you face imposter syndrome? Like, and how did you move through that?
I don't know. I used to actually have imposter syndrome really, really badly. Like it would cripple me sometimes. Um, and I worked through it for the most part, or so I thought. And but every now and again it just rears its ugly head, and I don't really know. I don't know why it does that. Like I remember last year my publicist phoned me and she said, hey, I don't know if you saw, but your album right now is top 10 on the earshot charts across the country, and across I think it was across on the folk roots blues charts. And I was like, what are you even talking about? And then I got off the phone with her, and I just instantly started sobbing. And I was like, I still get choked up even thinking about it, because it's like, you don't. I think I live in a small town. There's 7,000 people in my town, and when I'm here, I'm a mom. I take my kids to hockey. I take my daughter to hockey. My other daughter's a little volleyball player, and I'm just here doing my thing, living my life. And then you kind of forget sometimes that you have like this library or this catalog of music in the world that people can listen to at any point in time. Or like even the fact that I've got a song coming out again in a couple of weeks, like you don't think about it when you're just caught up in doing your mom, like doing my mom stuff. And so sometimes when big things happen like that, it's just like, holy shit, like I didn't even know anybody was listening to my music. Never mind that it's top 10 on the charts across the country. Like it's crazy sometimes.
Yeah, that's cool.
well, I'll tell you, because when we first got your name, I looked up your stuff. I listened to about 3 or 4 of the albums, and I love every one.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
well, no, I'm serious. Like it's just like there's not a bad song on these. Like you kind of look at it and go, because most people think there's going to be at least one song you just threw on there because you needed to fill up the album. But I'm listening to it and going, I love these songs. These are great.
Yeah, it's all
I
solid.
appreciate that.
Yeah. So do your daughters brag about you? Do they tell their friends, or
No.
their friends already know,
No.
right? Because you live such a small town, or they just don't care?
No, they know. They know. Like it's funny. My oldest is 14, and so she's like, sometimes I'm cool, most times I'm not. But like I'm cool when, this summer I got booked to play Main Stage Country Fest and we opened up for Jackson Dean. Then I was cool. But when I'm sitting at her volleyball game with my hair in a messy half up ponytail and not a whole lot of makeup on my face. I'm not really that cool. And I can sit in the
talking to
back
people
row.
on a podcast when you should be paying attention to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
probably just
and
a
I
practice. She's not going to do it.
yeah, exactly. It's just an exhibition game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you're cool when she needs new shoes or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
knee pads or something like that, right? Like
Yeah.
that's when she'll come back. You're pretty cool, Mom. I need new shoes.
That's right.
As a parent, I get it now. So
Yeah.
like so let's talk about the upcoming album because it's pretty exciting for you, I'm sure. Can you give us a one sentence North Star for the upcoming album?
Well, I'll just tell you what it's going to be called. It's going to be called Songs from the Vault. And I'm pulling out songs from my catalog that I've never released, that I've revisited, some of which I've edited, but some of which that, like, when I wrote them, I was like, I don't know, maybe these aren't that good, And then I'm looking at them again, I'm like, these are pretty good. What are you talking about, And so I'm digging into my catalog. I think the oldest song that I've pulled is from 6 years ago, and like stuff that I've just completely forgotten about that have been sitting there in my little writing book. I'm still old school, so I use a pen and paper to write. So I had to go through a lot of pages to find the songs for this one.
Pen and paper. What's that? Oh, I've got some right here.
Yeah.
I'm old school too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Printed with a highlighter.
Yeah. You're kind of middle old school.
Yeah, middle old school.
Middle.
Yeah.
Middle old school. Okay, I got a scenario for you, Desiree. Okay,
Uh-oh.
you're Dauphin. The music festival has called you up, and they want you to be the person in charge of the music for the festival. Who are you bringing in? Who are your headliners?
Lainey
Anybody you
Wilson.
want. You. There you go.
Yeah, Lainey's killing it right now.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
Ooh.
And I'd probably
That's
throw in
solid right there.
And I'd probably throw in a Brandy Carlisle.
Yes. That's
Brandy Carlisle.
I'm driving to Manitoba for this. That'd be a great show.
Yeah.
Long drive.
Maybe Brandy would co-headline with
care.
with Jason Isbell. I don't know.
Ooh.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like a little new, a little old, and a little wild.
And a little dolly.
Yeah, and a little
dolly.
wild. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Are there any instruments or sounds that you're kind of obsessing over right now?
I love a good floor tom. And I love the dobro.
Dobro solid.
Yeah, I like a dobro. I like the name of it.
Yeah.
I just like to say bro, I guess. I don't know.
Oh man. Dobro.
I like dough and I like bro, so dobro.
Oh my God.
Nothing?
No, I do. So you've been traveling around a lot. Is there any specific venue you haven't played that you want to?
Oh my gosh, there's so many venues that I haven't played that I want to. Like, I want to play the folk festivals across the country. I would love to play like the Ryman or the Grand Ole Opry,
Yes.
Yeah, there's still lots on the to-do list.
Yeah, the Ryman would be like spectacular. You know what? I heard that Ottawa has a pretty good folk fest too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite good. Well, so is Blues Fest good. Like you could do that. You could go play the
Yeah.
NAC, you'd crush it there. Like there's a lot of
Yep.
And then just finally on the upcoming album, how does the album build on your previous work? How, like other than the vault stuff, is it sort of a mix of everything because it's your vault of music?
No, it's more of the stuff that would lean on the roots Americana side, just because, and that I've never recorded because I thought that they weren't country enough. They didn't fit the cookie cutter mold enough for the country world. So it's more stuff like I've got 2 songs on this track that are 3/4 time, which like I would never do in a modern country album.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is there when you're looking back at the songs on the in the vault, did you look at any and go, "Oh my God, what was I thinking?"
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like all the time. Yeah. But I also like, I do writing exercises in my book too.
Second.
Oh,
Right. Oh. So your work with the Downey Wenjack Foundation is powerful. How has that influenced your art?
I honestly don't really know that it has. Um, I think what I really love about that foundation is that it gives me as an artist validation for some of the stuff that I've been saying for a really long time, and a platform. And it connects the dots between artists like myself and candidly, like the non Indigenous community, um, to allow us opportunities to be teachers, in spaces that we otherwise wouldn't normally be invited in, I don't think.
That's a great answer. You know what? I bring it up because during COVID, I took the University of Alberta's Indigenous course.
Yeah.
And I was shocked on things that I didn't know. And I was like, because we're not taught that, right? We
Yeah.
we weren't, right? And
Totally.
I was sitting there and I thought Indigenous live the perfect, like with nature, and it's the right way to live. And that's, in a good way, in a very positive way, because we're so consumed with materialism and consumerism, that, you don't think about family as much, or gathering, or the beautiful parts of the nature that really kind of bring us all together. And I'm not just saying that like because it was like, that's not all that was on that course, of course, but it was an eye opener for me. So yes, I think that was a beautiful answer, that you can teach us stuff that we don't know, because we were obviously not taught that for a terrible reason, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't like, ignorance sometimes has such a negative connotation, but it really is not knowing, and sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And I think that, one of the things that I love about that platform is that it gives me as an Indigenous artist a space where I can educate through music, and also, simultaneously, like, be a human being, be a mom that is just out here doing the best that I can to raise my children, working as hard as I can to provide for my family. And, in that way, uh, like, humanizes us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Gus said too. It's like the history that we learned is not the truth.
Right. Yeah.
And I work in a school. I work in a school, grades kindergarten to grade 6, and we now it's part of the curriculum to learn about the residential schools, to learn about
Right.
Orange Shirt Day, the Lost Sisters, and it's like to watch these kids. Some of these kids, when you tell them the stories of, kids their age being taken out of their homes and brought to a place where they weren't allowed to see their family, and just the looks on their faces, it's just like some of these kids were like, well, that's not right. And we're like, you're right. It's wrong. It's very, very wrong. It was very, very wrong. And that truth needs to come out, and there are a lot more truths need to come out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's and kids are so awesome because they really know what right and wrong is. Like they really know it. Like
They do. Yeah, they do.
It's wonderful to see that
And they're also really honest.
Yeah. I have young kids, so yeah, they're very honest with me. That's for sure.
Yeah, your daughters have no filter right now.
No filter.
Yeah, I love that.
I have twin daughters. Yeah, they're awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. Let's ask a question that I ask some people for fun. So
Uh-oh.
say you just robbed a bank, okay,
Mhm.
and you get in the car and you have your CD player or your cassette player. Which album are you putting in, and what song is playing?
Oh my God, I don't know.
He does this all the time.
That's a really good question. If I robbed a bank, it would have to be like something like badass, like I don't know, maybe Steve Earle, Devil's Right Hand,
Ooh.
the Copperhead Road album. I don't know.
That's a great album.
Oh, Desiree.
Oh, you
just made a new friend.
Yeah, we're huge Steve Earle fans.
We-
we saw him together 3 times, I think.
I've seen him 13
Nice.
times.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I think I've
Yes.
seen him about 4.
Yeah.
So you guys got me beat there.
Yeah. So
he does. Yeah.
we always answer it as well. And I was gonna say Golden Earring, but now I'm changing it. I'm gonna change it to Justice in Ontario.
Ooh.
Another Steve Earle song, which is amazing.
All right.
Yeah. Desiree is she's my favorite right now.
I'm gonna go Kiss. You were made for loving me, baby.
I was made for love.
I was whatever.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you though. Cheers.
Just because I like the start, you know.
Tonight.
Yeah. Anyways,
that's all.
It's a fun question. It gets people going.
That is a fun question.
And then
Made me think.
they go, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, what?
Because we went from a very serious subject to I wanted to, let's go out here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Here's left field. Let's make a turn into left field.
Yeah.
Now, how did it come about? I keep coming back around to Amanda. How did it come about? You guys just said, "Hey, let's do a song together." Did you pitch that to Amanda or?
No, so that last album, I honestly took a good look at myself in the mirror. I got to go back inside also, by the way, it's really cold here already. But I took a look in the mirror and I just thought, okay, as someone who advocates for Indigenous artists, Indigenous people, I wasn't working with anybody Indigenous. I paid a lot of non-Indigenous people over the entirety of my career. And I just thought like that I need to change that. And so I ended up hiring 2. Who did I work with? Michelle Briere played drums on that record for me. Leroy Constant, who's also my partner, played bass on that record. Both First Nation. And then I also hired I got Amanda to sing with me on Greta. And I got Lacey Hill, who is a Mohawk from Six Nations, to do harmonies as well. And that was kind of like going through that exercise was kind of the catalyst for me to like now my live band is 67% First Nation. And my recorded projects are now 50% Indigenous. Like that's just now my personal professional mandate to work with and hire Indigenous freelance musicians and artists.
That's cool.
No, and it's just like we always say on this podcast, we're amazed at the depth of the talent in just this city, but getting deeper into the Indigenous, because I listen to Amanda's stuff and it's amazing, but then you kind of go, we have other artists just in this city alone that are incredible. And the Indigenous community has an amazing amount of talent that needs to be heard for sure.
Yeah. Would you say that that's because, partly because music is such a big part of the community? Would you agree?
I don't know. I mean, I think about it more in like a storytelling framework, that like a lot of us have storytelling embedded in our culture. And I feel like, most of the Indigenous artists, people who I'm friends with, are storytellers. And Yeah, that's kind of how I think about it.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's interesting. Is there a songwriter that we should all be listening to right now?
My goodness, that's a good question too. It's like you put me on the spot. Mm,
That's what we do.
yeah. I mean, there's so many, and most of the ones that I pay attention to are their artist songwriters. So like I love Jason Isbell. I love even some of Lainey's stuff. Like she's gone more pop now than some of her earlier stuff, but like I still like Lainey Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to give that more thought.
You like Elle Longley too? Her?
Oh yeah, she's good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're
Hmm.
finding we talk about this a lot because our friend here has a show on the radio station that we have, and he does outlaw country. So he plays a lot of stuff that he's like, hey, that's actually pretty good. Like, and a few people that I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got to keep it
Yeah.
fresh, buddy.
Yeah.
But
That's
I find
right.
I find that the country music, like most music, is circular, right? Like it comes back around. Like I find that
Hmm.
right now in the rock scene, there's a lot of 70s based bands, like that feel. And
Yeah.
in country music right now, I find it's a lot more 90s oriented with a few standouts for that. Like our guy,
Yeah.
Zach Top, is,
Well, he's Alan Jackson's son.
yeah, he's Alan Jackson's
Yeah.
illegitimate son. So
That's right. That's right.
but I mean, it's just kind of,
Just
and it's fun
starting
because
rumors.
the 90s country was actually really good. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one that started it.
Yeah, he did actually. That's true. But Dawg was second.
Yeah, I was right behind him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like Alan Jackson.
Is there a book that shaped your writing?
Oh my goodness. You guys are coming at me with all the hard questions today. Like
Or just a book?
like
A book that's
songwriting
really
book or like a
influential to you, maybe?
book?
Just a book. Or a songwriting book. You can answer it any way you'd like, actually. This is your time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I was complaining to somebody the other day that I used to read all the time and I haven't had time. It's so sad and pathetic. I haven't had time to like pick up a book in at least a year. Um, yeah, but there was a book that I read in high school like that long ago. And it was called Where Nests the Water Hen. And actually like I wrote a song from that book because it was about, living in like um it was about like living a hard life, like having to, work for like even to get water was like um yeah, and I can't remember like the entire storyline of it, but I just remember like being really inspired by the lead character in that story. Um but yeah, I don't know, I haven't done like a lot of reading in the last year, which is sad.
Way to make her feel bad.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd it go, Gus? Ask me the last book I read.
You haven't read a book.
Nope. I don't know
Nope.
how to read. Where's Waldo's a good book.
I'm reading The Last Lecture right now, which is a eye-opening book.
I know, I've heard about that one too.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So if you could go back and talk to your 13-year-old self as you're making your first album, what would be some advice you'd give yourself, knowing what you know now?
Well, I actually have a song about that on this upcoming album. It's called Little Girl. And it's a song about like just trusting yourself and trusting your magic, really, really believing that um believing in the magic of your spirit and living maybe more fearlessly. Yeah.
It's good advice.
It is. And why, like, how we all, it's such good advice to say, believe in yourself and trust yourself of what's going to happen is going to happen. Like, why do you think at a young age we don't get it? Like people have said that for thousands of years. Like, just trust trust it, it's going to be fine. Why don't we do it? Why doesn't it happen
Because
until
we
later?
haven't done it before.
Okay.
And then when we get older and we've weathered a few storms and we've gone through, lived life a little bit, then we know, okay, this is going to be really shitty for, a month or a year or whatever it might be, maybe 5 years. But at the end of the day, you're gonna come out of it, and you're gonna figure out a new way to live and a new way to be, regardless of whatever storm you just weathered.
It's true. That's a great answer. Did you hear?
No, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I try to help
These
you out.
headphones are just keeping my ears
Help
warm.
you, trying to help you out.
Thanks so much.
What's
Appreciate
your coffee order on tour?
Okay. So normally it's double. Like normally I'm just a straight up double. But when we went to Europe, all I drank was lattes, and now that's all I want is just a plain old latte.
They're delicious.
I know it's kind of
Yeah.
getting snobby.
Well, you were in
No
Paris,
latte.
Paris probably
I
rubbed off
know.
on you.
I went
Sure,
from
Timmy
drinking
is
like
all
a
over you when you do that.
$2 coffee to like an $8 coffee. It's like
Well,
I gotta
just come back and
Coffee's
humble
serious
myself
business,
now.
man.
well, especially in Europe too, right? Like if you go to like France and Italy and stuff, there's probably a little snobbishness going on coffee wise.
No, it's normal. They're espresso. They call us
it's so
snobs because we
good.
make them all like crazy.
They
Yeah.
would probably kick me out because I'd asked for a tea.
No, they'd love you, buddy. They love
Oh.
tea there too.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's all good.
excellent.
Tea.
They're not like here, actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee. I
He's
don't
a
like
tea guy.
Okay.
I'm sure. I
My
know
part.
it looks like I am.
It was a steep tea from Tim Hortons.
Or
with-
green tea.
Yeah.
with 15 sugars in it. But
Uh-huh.
not 15.
Do you put
sugars.
ice cubes in it too?
No.
Okay.
I have a cold mugi cha tea in my fridge, which is wonderful. That's a Japanese tea.
Not la-ti-da.
Latte da.
Latte da. Latte da.
Snob. Little snob going here.
Oh yeah. Finish this sentence. In 5 years, I want people to say Desiree Dorion is
Unapologetic.
perfect.
Excellent.
Mhm. Okay, ask the serious the big question.
Oh
Yes.
no, I don't know
Oh.
if she's ready for it.
Well,
Uh-oh.
she's answered all our fire questions.
Well,
so-
okay, we did roast her and we put her on the spot a few times, but this is the most important question we ask every show that we've done since we started talking to people on the show. Did I build it up enough?
Yeah, but now you got to ask.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, finish,
Okay, so we
finish your question.
yeah, we choose two decades to pick from, Desiree, and you can't waffle. You have to pick one or the other.
Okay.
Well, she can waffle, but she has to pick.
No,
one.
she's got to pick one or the other.
Okay.
No waffling. And
Got
it's the 80s or the 90s.
80s.
Very quick. I like the non-waffling right there. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Any
The
reason
90s
why?
was like a transition decade of when more rules started to come in place. Like I've got pictures of me riding in the front seat of my mom and dad's pickup truck with no seatbelt on, with my little sister and a Playboy bunny air freshener hanging from the mirror. And I think like, shit, man, like you can't get away with that stuff anymore.
Welcome to the 80s.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was great. It's true. I have many pictures of me in the 80s, like having a photo taken of me on my birthday with a birthday cake and a ashtray completely full of cigarettes and beers everywhere. And it's just like
Yeah.
I'm four, like there's
Yeah.
nothing like that doesn't happen anymore. There's none of that.
No. No, or
What
like
was- what
you're
was wrong
allergic
with
to
that?
nuts. Sorry. I guess you just don't get to live.
Yeah.
Here's a pecan pie.
Here,
Enjoy it.
sit
That's
outside.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Enjoy
that's
the
right.
party from outside.
Exactly.
That's right.
It's very true. It's interesting.
Yeah, we've been asking that since the beginning, and it's kind of lopsided because Gus is kicking my butt. But
I'm usually a 90s guy and Dog's 80s, so
Mm.
that's fine. Yeah. It's all good. He likes both. We like both. We like it all. I mean,
I-
Michael Jackson's my favorite ever, so there you go. Like, when I was 6 years old doing the moonwalk, everybody was all
Yeah.
over.
That's right.
So the new single "Let Them" is streaming everywhere. Your 8th studio album is coming November 14th.
No, that's the next single.
Next single. Oh, 2026
Yeah.
then. The new album.
2026.
Wines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red Wine's the next single.
Okay,
Yeah.
Red Wine. And then so you can follow Desiree on socials. Visit DesireeDorion.com for tour ups, dates and updates. Desiree, we really appreciate you joining us and thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your patience.
No
Oh no,
worries.
it's okay.
Yeah, this
we
has been
appreciate it.
fun.
Yeah,
Likewise.
we had a blast. Okay.
We got to go find some vinyl. Do you have any vinyl? Did you
Oh,
press any kind of vinyl?
Yes.
Or
Yes, I
cassettes for
do.
this clown over here.
I do have vinyl. Yeah.
Nice.
I actually did it as a clear vinyl too, which is kind of cool.
Oh, Very cool.
Love it, fancy.
Compact has it.
I'm actually going to go down to another record store because they've got a CKCU is our radio station here.
Yeah.
At Carleton University. They just had a 50th anniversary.
Yep.
And they've got an LP with local artists on it, and our friend James is on there.
Nice.
Claire. Yeah, so I'm going to go pick that up for sure.
So
But I'm going to get some of Desiree's because I love her stuff, and I'd love to hear it on vinyl.
yes.
Appreciate that.
No worries.
So stay with us for a minute here, Desiree, and we appreciate
Dawg Gus, Dawg Gus, Dawg Gus.